1, 3, 4 of those, and then the black.
Boy, that's an appropriate log for it.
Don't get between a big daddy and his little sister. I will drill you to the floor. Some people want their big daddy to drill them to do that to them. Yeah. Fucking Cappy, man. Okay. Oh. You love any of the Cappy quotes? Yeah, dude. Cappy has the best quotes, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm mildly funny or something.
Okay. So that goes like that. If this piece... Okay, so it's gonna...
What happened?
It just pieces keep falling off.
Sorry.
It's okay. Alright. Let's repair this before I start losing where I am here. Okay, if this is like that... That's this way. Crap. How does that attach to this again? Oh wait, does that go inside this? This goes inside that. That goes... Yeah, that goes inside to there, which is that. Okay, gotcha. Shut up, it makes sense! Okay, that part is now reconnected. Now, how do I attach this to that? That is there. That's to that thusly. That connect like that? Oh, dude. There's my single point of failure. Okay. That's why that does that. Okay. English. Just the one, Matt? I don't know, man. I don't know words. Okay. So how does this go on that? That does this. Okay. Oh, okay, I got you. Cool, broke that off. God dang it. My stupid fat fingers. Okay. Cool, broke that off too. Alright.
Oh
God damn it. Okay. Get that. That goes. You know what? I'm gonna put these on first. How's that? That goes there. This goes there. Okay. So now rotate that to there. This. Okay. That reattaches to that. Okay. And then this attaches. Work with me. This attaches there. Hey. Hey. Alright. So, now, that's what we're looking at there. I kind of put those black wingtips right next to the orange pieces. Set that down. Next step. Oh, God. Two more. Why should I be wearing a red shirt? I'm wearing a green shirt, so I'm invisible over here. Alright, so I need two of those, two of these things, which are like little little footers. I don't know. And two 2x2s minus one. I don't know what those are called. L-shape 1x3s. Those things. Are those L-shape 1x3? What is that? Gray jar. You're the smart one around here. 2x2 corner plate. Thank you, sir. Okay. So this goes there. That goes there. And this foot. I have like 3 pieces I call a foot. But like that looks like a foot, right? That kind of looks like a foot. And there's another one that looks kind of like a foot. Looks like a slipper? Okay. I can get behind that. Alright, if this one goes like that, this one needs to go the opposite direction. Damn you, Matt. Why? Do you have a different name for it, Nap? No, yeah, your city looks like a foot. My city? What, in City Skylines or the city I actually live in? Okay. Pick this up. Let's not break this. How's that sound? So, if I have this sitting like that, this piece goes there. Oh, okay. Bro, I swear to God. Okay. This shit's not easy. My big ass fingers. Okay. Alright, look. Lay down. Okay. So this. Goes like that. Okay. Hey, I did that without breaking anything.
Really happy.
Bro, so am I. Now let's get the other one on. Where is the down pressure? Down pressure is there. Okay. I'm kind of adding supports, but it's not gonna. They need to like plug into each other eventually. All right, so I don't know if you can see it. Right here, I added that little foot thing that I was talking about a second ago. All right. Oh, wow. They could have just included this on the previous step. Come on, guys. I went AFK. What's he need tweezers for? I don't get it. I am not a smart man, Nap. We've gone over this. Okay. This. Gonna. Cool. Yeah, break that half off. That make this a lot easier. Actually.
I wonder if Treasure is just watching, being like, wow, wow, this guy really is an experienced Lego.
This guy Legos. All right, let's pop this thing on there. My first Lego build in like 25 years. Shut up. That will reattach there for like the 10th time. Welcome, new followers. All right. Oh, you were suggesting Matt use tweezers for the difficult parts. Interesting. Thank you, Cappy. I have obtained tweezers. Cappy got tweezers. Put those there. Next step. What are we looking at? That thing. I need the brick that is ridged for her pleasure. 2 of those deals. And 2 1x2 inverse slopes. Am I close? Get that laying in my hand properly. 1x2 inverse slope with the pegs on the top side. Ridged brick, yeah, dude. What the hell is this? Okay, I see. So we're gonna go. I got the name right? Hey! Oh, no, no, no. This. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 yeah, yeah. Okay, so that goes like that. Yeah, dude, check it. This brick right here. It's hard to see, but it's ribbed. Got like teeth on both sides. The 2x1 toothed brick. I don't know what it is. One side is horizontal ridges and one side is vertical ridges. I don't get it. One by two texture brick. Okay. So that's gonna go there. That's gonna go whoop there. So we've made a. Hey, Creed sent me a message on Discord. What's up, Creed? All right, so this kind of does that number with these angled. Move these things. We're not gonna need those for a while. All right, so we've got a that going on. You were gonna say something similar, Flagisalis? Equal opportunity. There you go. All right, and I'm guessing this ribbed piece goes in between because it looks like it's that. Does it matter which direction the ridge goes? It shows horizontal on the outside. Okay. And the outside is in that. Okay. That was literally at the beginning of the stream. Oh, it just showed up on my phone. Sorry, man.
Oh, maybe like as a word.
Yeah, yeah, you totally guess what it is. I don't care. All right, so that piece is going to attach there like this, upside down, that part. Hey, look at that. Schnifty. Okay. We're adding support. It broke. What did I break off? I broke off of this. Broke the other side. Oh, I broke it all. Why is that one piece held on by one nub? That is such a poor design. Okay. Got like all this weight held on by one pin. All right, so this. Hold on, we gotta reassemble here. That goes there. That goes. Nope, that's correct. That goes like that. Okay. This part reattaches to this here. Maybe I'm gonna do the blasphemy thing, and once I get this put together, I'm gonna like super glue a couple of these weak joints. That thing sits like that. Okay, that step's done. Now, I have no idea how the hell this thing works. I need these things, which are like 2x2 with a tube coming out the end. A hole through the middle. I don't know what that's for. We'll figure that out, I guess. I need the other ridged brick. The last two of these things. How does that... Oh, these just hook on to other parts. Oh, I actually am adding supports here. Excellent. So, this goes there. Broke that off. Happy? I swear to God.
It makes me really nervous.
Oh, you know what? I'm just going to take that whole face off. I want to take his face off. You want to take his face off? All right. That. Oh man, that makes that part so much more sturdy. Okay. Looks like I'm almost done. I'm over halfway. And it's only been an hour and a half, so we're making pretty good time. That goes there, which strengthens that. Okay, do I have any other parts that strengthen here? Negative. Okay, this thing has vertical there. Okay. Got that. And these things connect to that. Sweet, let's put more weight on this one part that's really fragile. He has more bags? Yeah, I do. I have 2 more bags to go through. Actually, it'd be easier to do like that. 2 more bags about that size. Yeah, what's up, Phoenix? Phoenix? Maybe? Alright, so that attaches there. Let's put this part back on so that it is a complete component at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to super glue those 2 pieces together. That is the main breaking point. Alright. We're going to wait until the build's done, though. Alright. Step 32 and 33 are identical and both contain no parts. Oh, excellent. Here we go. Looks like we're going to be adding more supports here. This is going to be awesome. Okay. This... You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and detach that. It's going to break off anyway. Alright, so this goes like that. Ah! Back down. Okay, okay. Now we're adding supports onto that thing. Excellent. That part was the next most fragile connection. Okay, good, good. Good, good. Everything is awesome? I hope so. Yeah, no, I know it's the Lego song. I just haven't watched the Lego movie.
Well, yeah, neither have I.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay, so that, man, it feels so much better adding supports to these things and getting them to actually like solidify. Maybe I'll do that to this eventually, but all right, so that's those 2 components. Next step. Okay. Next step, I need to attach to this and to that. And then the part I've been hiding from everybody. This part goes here. You want to see the part I've been hiding from people, Cappy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I've been hiding it from people. Alright, now this piece... Make sure this is off camera for a second. This piece will get attached... like that? Yep. And that... Now I need to reattach this, because this goes in front of that. Okay. That goes like that. That. Stop coming off. Why does that intersect there? That's upside down. How does that intersect with those? Wait, do I have those on backwards? Oh, I totally do. Well, that would cause that problem, wouldn't it? Hold on. Hop. That's definitely going to cause that problem. Okay, let's put these on the right way. Man, that makes so much more sense when you do that. Okay. Then goes like this. Connects to this. And then this, that.
Didn't sound good.
This joint right here is really stiff, and it makes it difficult to move that joint back and forth. So maybe I just won't move that joint. Okay. There we go. So now, that's the front of the thing. Yep, that looks pretty accurate. So it sits like that. Matt knows all about stiff joints. Man, are you making an old person joke? All right. Now we'll kind of set that thing upside down there. He's old. All right, now the rest of those parts out. Cool. That thing out of the way. All right, now on this piece goes over the top of that thing there. Cool, cockpit just came right off. Okay. And then these pieces go like that. Okay. He's not making a young person joke? Real? Come on now. There we go. That. Okay. And this piece. You know what? We're just going to leave that part off. We're going to leave that off till later. That can be reattached at any time. Yeah, that one joint's definitely getting super glued. Alright, hey, what's up, Classy Carbine? Ah! I need the special bag for this one. Which... Where did I put it? Here it is. No glue. Too bad, it keeps breaking. That one joint is breaking every single time. So... We're gonna put glue on it. Eventually. I know that's Lego blasphemy, but fuck, deal with it. So... Those are two opposite legs. That's an extra leg, that's an extra that. That'll go back into here. Not breaking, but separating. Okay, sorry, you're right. I have a substantial amount of weight on the front. Can't see this. I have a substantial amount of weight on the front part of this and a substantial amount of weight on the back part of this, and it's held by 2x1. There's a 2x1 piece that connects those two chunks together. And it's on a tilting point. So anytime you put pressure on either side, it's putting pressure directly on that 2x1 connector, which is not strong. Actually, I have another one of these. No glue or no clue? I hope it looks awesome when I'm done with it. Okay, so this... We're gonna find out, I guess. That'll go there. I'm making a custom Lego man. Because they didn't have a pre-made one that looked like the way I wanted it. That goes there. I put his arms together. Wait until it's fully built. Well, no, I'm not. It's not like I'm going to go and grab the glue right now. I'm just saying, if the construction does not get any stronger between now and the end, I'll probably glue that one piece. Like, I'm not going to glue the whole thing together. I'm just going to glue those two pieces together because they keep falling apart. They don't want these arms coming apart, do they? Okay. There. He's got arms. That's backwards. Release the Craggle? What?
Craggle is the top of cream.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh. Alright, this head doesn't have a face on it, so it doesn't matter direction.
I had my headphones on earlier and I did something and I heard a noise and I was like, what the frick was that?
Yeah, I've not seen the Lego movie, sorry. I guess Craggle is advertised in there. Alright, cool. So now I have a custom little Lego man. Who's wearing a helmet? I really need to see it.
Okay. It's on the list.
Yeah, yeah, it's on my list of things to do. Looks like this dude is standing up. Is he standing up in the 3D render? Bro, he's totally standing up. Okay. Alright. Oh man, how am I gonna get that in there? Actually, can I... There we go. Pop that off. If that's popped on... Where is his... What are his feet attached to? Of course they are. Okay. Okay. So that will get reattached there. Now, you can see the little dude in the cockpit. And when I attach this to there, now the little dude's behind the cockpit window. Yay! Alright, so that's attached there. Set that down. Alright, now that's that part. Okay. Alright, so first things first. There should be a stick in here. And what color is it? I'm going to move that right there. What color is that? Okay, that's gray. There should be a gray one of those? There is a gray one of those. Okay. And then I need 3 of these ridged 2x2 circles. That's it. Right, so this goes onto one of those. These all attach to each other. Now I have a that. And this slides into that. All the way to there. Perfect. So now I have a that. Okay. Now that that's there. Oh, goodness. All right, I need... Here's a good question for you, Trajar. Heck is that thing called? 2x2, like, shoulder joint? I don't know what that is. One of those. That thing. That thing. This. That. There's a ramp deal. And a 2x1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Gotcha. Okay, so this thing and this thing go like that on top of this. like that. Okay. This goes there. This goes... They may have swapped these. Hmm. I think I may have gotten an incorrect part.
Uh-oh.
That goes like that. That attaches there. That's incorrect. Then this attaches here. Okay. I think that is an incorrect. Oh, wow. Why would you do it like that? That's a really bad way of designing this. Okay. Pull that off. Pull that off. Now I've got to undo this whole piece and redo it like this. Okay. Okay. Then that connects there. This connects there. Yeah, it's a non-mission critical part. It's a make it look pretty part. So it's not important that that part's missing, but
You'll want to order the correct one.
yeah, I'll want to order the correct part.
Note of it, or
Wait.
remember?
Is that this? Oh, no. I did fine. Never mind. I got the wrong part out of the box. I forgot I swapped colors. My bad. Okay, that goes like this. Okay, there we go. Never mind. I just pulled the wrong parts out of the box. Yeah, by all means, feel free to guess what I'm building. I'm not going to confirm it until the end, but... Alright, so that's done. Now I've got this. And then this thing rotates. This thing rotates because it's on an axle. How cool is that? This, I'll show you what I've built so far, short football. I've built this. And I've built 2 of these. So there's that. Alright, so there's that piece. Okay, now I need 2 of these and 1 of these for this. How does this thing? This... Oh! So this goes into that, thusly. Oh, hey, snap. Literally. And that... I'm holding this like that. That goes there like that. Snap. This goes like this. Alright, cool. So now, that spins. Got a little joint. Okay, there's that. Now I need one of those. 2 of these things. 1 gray and 1 white. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That goes there. This plugs into that. All right. So these go like that. If I'm gonna do it like it should be like that, with this there. Okay. I'm sure somebody's probably guessed what it is in chat. I've probably missed a lot of that, but that's intentional. Okay. So if that's like that, these go here. Okay, so that's complete. This goes onto this like that. Hey. Now it's a little beefier. As you can see. Set that down. I need 2 of these things, which are going here. Like that. Oh, wow. I need a lot of stuff. All right, like a 2x8, a half cone. There's that orange piece I was trying to use earlier that I thought was wrong. You like when things get beefier? You're welcome. All right, so this goes like that. Piece goes there. That piece goes there. This thing goes there? Like that? Is that how that looks on the 3D render? Yep, sure is. Okay. And then this attaches to this. Same height as that. There we go. So there's how the arm looks at the moment. Excellent. All right. Now, I need a 1x3, a 1x4, a 2x3. Where's that going? That goes here. Okay. What set am I building? It's a custom set, not a pre-made set. It's guessing time. And that piece attaches there. Okay, there's that. Bar. Big old circle deal. That sucker attaches there. Yeah, man, that arm's getting a little buffer, isn't it? Okay, and then I've got a bunch of flat plates. Okay, so there's a circle in the center. You recently finished assembly. Wait, what? You recently finished assembling a square? Assembly square. Yeah, maybe that's a build. I don't know a lot about Lego. This is my first time building Lego in like 30 years. 25, 30 years. I'm like way out of the loop. All right, and then these little quarter circle thing. It has 4,000 pieces. Jesus.
Yeah. Housey.
Like a city center kind of thing.
Yeah.
Holy crap. It's like a couple of houses and a store in the middle. Jesus. All right, so I added little nice flare pieces, little flat pieces there. Make that look a little prettier. The two sets you sent me last week were 4,000 pieces each. Jesus. That's insane. All right, and then this onto this guy goes right. If that sits like that, I want to adjust that a little. Come on. Hold down one, would you? One click. There we go. I don't know what this is called, Treyjar, but that piece right there, the one that has like it's square shaped with a diamond bottom, I call that home plate.
Oh yeah.
That's home plate.
He's like, oh man, that's exactly what it's called.
Please tell me it's called home plate. All right. So now we've got the arm attached to the main body.
Stop making noise.
Okay, so that's gonna sit like that. A pentagonal piece? I mean, yeah. Obviously. It did.
Come on, son.
It took you a week to build it? Damn. This thing is like 300 pieces, I think, and it's gonna take me about 3 hours. A little less than 3 hours. I'm almost done. Wow, that piece got stuck inside that one. Okay. So, we need one of those. 2 hinge plates. I'm guessing that's a hinge plate, Treyjar. That's what I've been calling it, like a 2x1 hinge. And 4 grippy hands. Hey, what's up, Sidian? That's a little grippy hand. I don't know what it is. All right. So this will go like that, like that. Yeah, I've got a couple of builds in mind. If you guys like watching me do this, that I wanna eventually put together. Most of them are about this size, and one of them is like 1,500 pieces, I think. All right. So now we get this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out a better lighting situation. This was kind of done at the last minute. I wanted to go ahead and build it because it looked real. I was really excited to put it together. So I'll try to figure out a better lighting situation next time. Have something like up in front of me facing down this way instead of a lamp right here. Because it's also the light is also shining towards the camera, which you don't want to do. Yeah. Put it over here and have it shining this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a better setup.
But yeah, that we literally just took my lamp and quickly plugged it in.
Yeah. I didn't have the lamp here to begin with at the first 5 minutes of the stream. I was just like, oh, it is kind of dark. It's a little difficult to see. Quick, get a lamp. So, next time I do this, it'll be a lot better. But I also didn't want to be all like, sorry guys, we're doing this rescheduling. A white cloth or paper covering on the desk would be nice.
That could be.
Yeah, I could do that.
Just go to the Dollar Tree and got a cheap tablecloth.
Yeah, just get a really cheap tablecloth or like a sheet.
Oh, yeah.
We might have a sheet, like a plain white sheet.
Yeah, we might want to cut it to...
Yeah. That way some of these parts are more visible. And then I can get like a black sheet of construction paper to put white parts on so you can see the white parts.
We have that.
Oh, we do?
We have the black paper.
We do have black construction paper. Okay, so that part's easy.
Yes. We'll have a better setup next time.
Yeah, we will. Wait, I think I might need these and not that. This is the other arm. Yeah, I'm gonna need those. Okay. Gotcha. Planning for the future? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
This seems relatively... You guys seem to really like watching me do this, so... I enjoy doing it. So if y'all want to keep watching me do it, I'll keep doing it. I need 2 of those. 2 of those. 1, 2 and 2. And then... 1 of each of those. The giant mouse pads you put your keyboard on, those are great Lego building things. They keep Legos from bouncing around. These don't bounce too much. I'm okay with this surface, but yeah, making like a big chunk of it white would be very beneficial. I definitely agree with Mom on that. All right, so this is gonna go like that. No. Like that. Yeah. Wait, how does that go? Oh, okay. I got you. All right, so if this goes like that, this piece would have to go here. Means that piece goes there. What did Matt call the prawn suit? I don't remember.
Oh, Steve.
Did I call it Steve?
Yeah, because that's what it was in Dark Cloud 2.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's your answer.
I named it.
Cappy named it. I didn't name it.
You had Mothra named.
Yeah, I named Mothra.
And then the USS Mindy.
And then the USS Mindy. Yeah. Okay, so that's like that. And then on the other side, I do basically the same thing, but in reverse. That. And then, which side of this is forward? I guess it doesn't really, it very much matters. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, yeah, it does. It looks like I'm building the man suit, the Steve. All right, so we're gonna attach this into that. There we go. So now I have that. Okay, there's that. Let's relocate this over here. Can you guys still hear me okay? I just made a change, so I want to make sure I didn't screw with anything. Yep, okay. I just realized one of my second webcam over here was the volume was still turned on it. Oopsie. Well, now that we're almost done with the build, let me fix it. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna take. I always have to figure these things out every time I do them. That goes in like that. Is that the top? That's the top. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. That's gonna go like that. This piece will go here. Okay. Yeah, that works out okay. Cool. Now we've got ourselves a little elbow. All right, I need. These are all stacking on top of each other now. One of those. Those two. Those. Okay. This thing will go like that. And I'll have this piece here. How does this go? Oh, this goes like that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I see what I'm doing here. Okay. So there's that. That gets attached to the arm like that. We're getting him ripped. Motivation. Okay. Whoops, too many steps. These two guys are going on the front. Like that. Okay. Then on the back side, I need a 2x4. These double tier ramps. The double wide single tier ramp. And the orange 2x. Okay. That thing. That's going there. That needs to be like that. Okay. These guys are going there. This guy's gonna have one hell of a deltoid on that arm. Okay. He's talking about muscles like he knows them. He ain't got no muscles. Alright, cool. So now, looking like that. You're tempted to take your sets apart and rebuild them now? Do it, man. That, this. Hey guys, we're almost done. Okay, how does this work? Okay, and then that goes... Actually, let me put this on here first. And then attach that. Okay. And then that attaches there. Perfect. I've got that thing going on. I've got a couple of circles. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go. Let me put home plate on there. Other circle. Okay. And these are the macaroni pieces. Macaroni pieces, tray jar. Definitely what it is, man. I bet I say that and he doesn't even have to see what I'm putting on there. He's just like, yeah, he's putting one of these. There's those two macaroni plates at the top. They're shaped just like macaronis. All right. There's that step. All right. Now, I'll put this piece on the front of that. This piece on the front of this. And then we come to the hardest part of the whole build. The very last step. Let me reinsert this real quick. All right. Now, how does that attach to that? 2x2 curves? Yeah, macaroni. Just what I said. That, does that attach? How does that attach to that? That goes. Oh. Oh. Oh, his hips came off. He's very top heavy now. All right, let me rotate this around like that. How does this? This attaches to there. Okay. Okay. Now, that's him upside down. Those attach to that through there. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this there. That needs to go like this on there. Second. Very delicate. That goes there. Dude, we're almost done. Plates have the studs on the top. Tiles are smooth. Okay. So these are, it's the home plate tile then. Whoops. Put the legs on backwards. Okay. That goes there. Goes here. Okay, so those are facing the right direction. Yes. Okay. Now This needs to get reattached to that. That needs to get reattached there. Okay. That thing get pulled up.
What is that?
The whole thing coming apart. That's what it was. Okay. That's... It's always when you got to put the last couple of pieces on that everything falls apart. Alright, so that's there. This attaches to that. How does this attach to that? I feel like I'm missing a piece there. Oh, bro, I am. Okay, so this goes like that. Okay, so that attaches there. Okay, fold that back up because that's going to be a problem later. Then this attaches. Yes, okay, that attaches there. And then with this guy facing me, it goes like that. Okay, so that attaches there. You know what's nice is when it's done, I stood it up with the legs on backwards and it stood up just fine. So it's balanced. It's a matter of getting the legs on properly. Okay, there's that. And then this. We got one piece. This goes there. And then like that. Ah, we're done. All right, so you gotta kind of like maneuver. I like that the legs kind of maneuver. You can maneuver them. That's really good. All right, so for those of you who have not guessed, this is a Cerberus Atlas from Mass Effect.
Yeah. Carbine walked right in and was like, "Was that what this is?" And I was like,
Yeah, I
son
saw
of a bitch.
I saw Carbine walk in and was all like, "Is that a Cerberus Atlas?"
Yeah, she's like, nailed it. Let me see. I can't see it. I'm gonna walk towards it. Ooh, it looks good.
Yeah, there's one joint I'm thinking of super gluing together, just because it keeps breaking.
Ask Trey Jar. Sorry, I'm so used to saying it wrong. What's the best kind of glue to use if you were gonna use it? Should we get like E3 or is it like E3000 or something or super glue or?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a preferred?
Is there a particular type of glue I should get? Is there a brand?
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's completely mobile. Like I have Technic joints in the shoulders and elbows, so you can move the arms and do this number with them. Careful what glue you use. Gorilla Glue is super good, but don't use regular Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I want to know what kind of glue to use to glue these two pieces together so this thing will stop breaking at this one point. It turns yellow. Always do tests. Do you have any glue that you've used in the past that you know works well? It's just the weak point you shoot to blow up the mech. I mean, you're not wrong. You've never used glue. Well, you're not Treyjar. You're Nap. I've used basic super glue, but be careful, it may discolor. If you don't leave it out, if you don't leave it to air out. Okay. Okay. So basically, any super glue that says it's safe for plastic, for the most part. And then be careful. Very little is, well, yeah, it's super glue. You literally just came back from a Lego convention? That's awesome, dude. You use Gorilla Super Glue for your minis. The orange glass gave it away pretty quick? Yeah. Yeah, the cockpit, that's the only other piece I was thinking of super gluing is the cockpit to its hinge, because the hinge joint is very stiff. So when you pull up on the cockpit, it just plops right off of that hinge piece. It's that's the only other point. Like there's one point, it's basically where, if I can show it. It's where underneath this is, let's call this a cod piece, right? That's the mech's penis. It's underneath there where the taint would be, and it connects it to the cockpit. There's just a 2x1. There's a 2x1 plate. That the top half and the bottom half are connected to each other by two pins. By two Lego pins. And there's a lot of weight on the top of this mech. So if it leans too far forward, it just pops off of that 2-pin connector. So that's where I was thinking of gluing it. It's right near the mech's taint. That's awesome. All right. Well, everybody, that is my first Lego build in 25, 30 years. So thanks for coming and hanging out. Do you guys like this? Do you want me to do this periodically? Because I've got a couple of other builds I can do.
Once you buy the parts.
Yeah, I have to buy the parts. So I mean, there'll definitely be a delay between like me deciding, okay, this is the next thing I'm going to build, and I have to order parts and get them to come in and all that stuff. The mech's taint is connected to the cockpit. I mean, it is. More Lego builds. Bricklink is where I bought all my parts, actually. Bricklink is where I bought the parts. It's also where I got the 3D modeling software studio to use so that I can have the build sitting there and rotate it in 3D space so I can figure out how stuff plugs into it. But yeah, if you guys like this stuff, I'll go ahead and start setting up a new order of parts for my next build. And maybe in 2 or 3 weeks we can do another one. Maybe like estimate once a month for when I can do one of these. That's about as frequent as I can do it, because it's also not cheap. Like all these parts are relatively inexpensive on their own, but when you get to like 300 something parts, that adds up pretty quick. So it's not like I can just sit here and just start buying parts like crazy. And I've got, how many builds do I have? Don't fall over. I've got 2, 3. I got 4 more that I know I'd like to do. How much was this cost-wise? All the parts and shipping and everything, probably around $90. So I mean, it didn't like break the bank or anything. It's like Lego did not design this. It was designed by somebody else, and they sent me like the instructions and the part lists and the 3D model and all that stuff. And then I had to go buy all the parts individually. So I mean, when you consider price-wise a build this complicated, $90 is not bad. So I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and start making some plans to do my second build. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.